Now, Peter, before we get too involved with the number 46 and the importance of that, why don't we explain to everyone why specifically we chose June 17th, 2013 to bring this revelation forward?
You got it, Christine. We are not going to teach on biblical astronomy tonight. It's so much to go into
Too
with
in
that.
depth, but
It's
we'll
very
get
in
to
depth,
it.
and biblical numerology that plays a part. We're just going to touch. We want to give the prophetic message to lay the foundation. But we will go into all this, and we'll study, we'll learn together and grow together as God allows us to. Okay? Now, what I want to say is that not all the biblical astronomy was lost. The knowledge, it wasn't lost all at once. The prophet Daniel was well versed in true astronomy and was charged with imparting this knowledge to the Magi, okay, who were in his care. It is most probable that this cult of Magi were the predecessors of the Magi who saw the star of the promised Messiah in the heavens and who came to Bethlehem seeking the King of Jews. So you see, Daniel, who was exiled to Babylon, God brought him forth there because it was setting up a plan. God's always setting up the stage, setting up a plan in his great script. Okay? And what is happening is that Daniel is there and he's imparting biblical astronomy to them. To know that the seed was going to be birthed by showing them the stars and what would happen, so they would teach the Magi that would come at the time when Christ would be birthed upon this earth. Okay?
So they were learning to follow the stars for this important reason.
Well, yeah, didn't the Magi follow a bright star? And the church has been so confused and confounded, they don't know, science. We've all been astounded, but it's all coming together at this time because God has a prophetic time.
Separation. God created it all, and it's all meant for a purpose.
And He has a certain time. And I'm telling you, 2013, this is the hour of God's prophetic power. This is the time. And I'm going to prove it to you. Biblically, scientifically, and historically.
Amen.
Okay? And as we go forth here, we know that these wise men, they were also Zoroastrians from Persia, okay? Was this present-day Iran. Down through the years, from the time of Daniel, these Magi were initiated in the true meaning of the constellations of the stars when they observed the various movements pretending the birth of the promised seed of the woman. They knew this to be the coming Messiah. What exactly they saw and when it occurred is still a matter of much conjecture. But in August of 3 BC, Jupiter, known as the king planet, came into conjunction with Venus in the constellation of Leo. And on September 11th, 9/11, my friends, we're going to get into 9/11, why it's so important too, as we learn and grow in Christ. But on September 11th, 3 BC, the sun was directly in the midst of Virgo, while at the same time the new moon was directly under the feet of Virgo. This is exactly as described in Revelations 12:12. And Christine, read me Revelations 12:12. What did they see in the stars?
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. Upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered.
Wow. So on September 11th, 3 BC, they actually seen this. They seen this in the stars, that the Messiah was about to be birthed.
Learn
My God.
to follow the signs of the times. Know what time it is.
Know what time it is. Then on September 14th, 3 BC, there was a conjunction between the king planet Jupiter and Regulus in the constellation of Leo, which is the sign for Judah. This conjunction occurred a few more times over the coming months, so most likely the date for the birth of the Messiah, as prophesied in Genesis 3:15, was September 11th, 3 BC. Okay, September 11th, 9/11, 3 BC. It is an established fact that he was not born on December 25th in the year 0.
And there's some knowledge for you.
Amen.